Hi, Central Park Scoop. Today we're going to talk about the 4 most common inspection issues we find whether buying or selling a home. Stay with us. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Palladio with the Central Park Scoop and Focus Real Estate. We're located in the Central Park neighborhood of Denver, Colorado. And today we're going to talk about the 4 most common inspection issues that our preferred inspectors typically find when inspecting homes. We're going to talk about each item, whether you are the seller or the buyer. And so we think that will be really helpful to all of our clients. The 4 issues today are, we're going to talk about HVAC issues. We're going to talk about any hail damage to roofing. We're going to talk about sewer lines, and then we're also going to talk about any radon that could possibly come up in homes. So the first item that we often see is any concerns or issues with the HVAC system. So the HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It encompasses all of these things. We're down here at the furnace today. Obviously the AC unit is out in the yard as well. But when we're representing sellers, guys, this is an easy thing to do ahead of listing a home. We don't ever suggest getting a full home inspection prior to list, but an HVAC service and clean is something easy that sellers can do very inexpensively. And it really sets the tone when selling a home, right? So if this system is clean, when an inspector comes in, once you're under contract representing a buyer, and they see that the system is clean, it's got a new filter, right? Here's the filter. It really sets the tone for the house, right? The inspector is thinking, okay, these sellers are really taking care of their home. This home should be in great shape for the buyers that I'm representing. Okay, so once again, when we are representing sellers, we would suggest, if you felt so inclined, that you would hire an HVAC company to service this system, clean it. They also replace the filter and really get it ready for new buyers. Now, on the flip side of that, if we are representing you as a buyer, right, you're going to have the home inspected. And 9 times out of 10, guys, the HVAC system does come up on these inspection reports. So that's why we're talking about it today. We would always ask the sellers to then have the whole system serviced and cleaned. Sometimes we'll include the word repair in our inspection report, and really what that's saying is once the inspector gets in here, he's checking it out, and if there's any repairs needed, we're going to ask the seller to do those repairs as well. So again, you know, if you're listing, I would say go ahead and do this ahead of time. It could cost you a few $100s, and it really helps the process move smoothly later. But as a buyer, if it does come up, not to worry. It's very common and it's very easy to ask the sellers to clean and service the system. Inspection item number 2. We're going to talk about roofing today. So in Colorado, every so often we get hailstorms. It's just the reality of living here. So every now and again, we're going to find, unfortunately, hail damage up on these roofs or just damage in general. And so when we're representing the buyers and they have a general home inspection, oftentimes, but not always, the inspectors will get up on the roof as long as they're able to. Sometimes in winter there's snow covering the roof and they can't quite see it. But most inspectors are going to get up on the roof that the home, you know, their buyers are looking to purchase and check out just the roof itself, the integrity of it. They're going to look for any hail damage. They're going to look for any leaks, any issues with flashing. They'll also look up into the attic as well and make sure that it looks good from the underside. Should any issues come up, we're going to help our buyers negotiate that with the sellers. So the nice thing is you don't have to freak out if a little hail damage comes up on the roof, right? Because sellers have home insurance. And oftentimes it's going to pay for any roof issues that may come up, okay? So again, we're going to help guide you through that. But it's not the end of the world if you find a little hail damage up there. And oftentimes, what I would suggest, whether I'm representing the seller or the buyer, is we get a second opinion with roofing, okay? We've got a lot of preferred roofers in the neighborhood that will come here and check the roof a second time. And oftentimes, if there is hail damage, guys, it's just a little bit. It might be a few shingles, it might be a piece of flashing, and you can get away with an easy fix for a few $100s that the sellers are happy to pay. Every so often, yes, the roof indeed does need replacement. And again, if that happens, we're here to guide you and talk to the seller's agent in terms of how we can go about replacing that roof, so you as the buyer can move into a brand new home that you don't have to worry about any roof issues. But we'll help guide you guys through that. Every so often it does come up, but not to worry. The third item that sometimes comes up on home inspections is sewer, right? So sometimes there can be an issue with the sewer system. And guys, I am here in the bushes to show you where the sewer cleanouts are, but I'm gonna come out here and finish this where I'm a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, so anyways, with sewer lines, it's an add-on to a general home inspection. So once again, this isn't always covered under general, it's an add-on service. But as a realtor, we always suggest to our buyers that they pay and do this additional add-on service check. It's so important. What they're gonna do is they're gonna come out and they're actually gonna put a camera down in the sewer line, which is why I'm showing you guys where the clean out is. Every house is different. I had to find this one in the bushes. But again, they're gonna send a camera down there and they're gonna check the line. So things that they could potentially find are debris sometimes in the sewer line. Every now and again, there could be cracks in the sewer line where maybe roots have gone into the piping. And every so often we'll find actually a break in the sewer pipes. And you can actually see a little bit of dirt kind of peeking through between where the pipes should line up. So any of these items can happen during a sewer scope. And if we're representing you as the buyer, we are going to suggest that we ask the sellers to remedy these issues, okay? So they're gonna get a sewer company, a plumbing company to come out and correct, whether it's cracks, whether it's a break in the pipe or debris in the line. And that can save you as a buyer so much money. If you guys move into the home and we have not done a sewer scope, and God forbid there's debris, you're in your home a month, the sewer backs up, the toilet backs up, it could be a costly mess. So these are things that we want to try to avoid, right? And again, they do come up every so often, and we just want to make sure that you're protected. So well worth that add-on service to get the sewer line checked. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is radon gas. So oftentimes radon gas is found in the soil here within Colorado. And so what we would suggest is you would add on a radon inspection to your general home inspection. Unfortunately, it's not covered under general, so you do have to add it on, but it's fairly inexpensive and can be well worth it. When we're representing buyers, we would obviously elect to have this radon inspection done. The company would come and put a unit down into the basement of the home, whether an unfinished basement or finished basement. We would still recommend that you guys have that done to check the levels, okay? They put a unit in, they run it for 48 hours, and that's just testing to see if there's any gas occurring within the home. If it is found above a certain level, then they're gonna suggest to you that we get a radon system installed. Hopefully the home already has one. We would still test to make sure that the levels are safe, okay? And if they're not safe and there is a system in place, oftentimes there is a fan on the unit that's just not working properly. So either way, we would ask the seller to have a company come in and check the fan. Now, in the event there is no radon system in place in the basement, we would ask the sellers to then install one. Again, Focus Real Estate, we have a lot of radon companies that we would suggest to help the seller out or to our buyer. And to install a radon system in a basement, they would typically put it off of one of the existing pipes, okay? They're gonna add a fan and a gauge. So the gauge is so you can see the levels. The fan sucks out any potential gases from the soil beneath the foundation of the home, and it just makes the basement safe for everyone to enjoy, right? You don't have to worry about breathing in any specific gases. So again, it's about $1,000 to add that system to a home. And it falls under health and safety, right? So with our buyers, if that gas is present, we would ask the seller to add that on, and oftentimes they're happy to do it because, of course, the sellers want to convey a healthy home. There you have it. Those are 4 issues that we see oftentimes coming up on home inspection reports. Not to worry, as a realtor here in the Central Park neighborhood, we're here to help, whether you're buying or selling your house. Contact me, Lisa Palladio with Focus Real Estate and the Central Park Scoop, 303-564-3734, and we'll help you navigate all of the home inspection items that may come up. Thanks so much for watching.